relaxed. You and I always relax when we're talking, don't we? So, Richard, not that you need introduction, but introduce yourself to a few thousand people, please.
So, Richard Bonn, I co-founded Aethr Associates. We help businesses with sustainability and strategy, amongst other things, so involved in various projects in this space, and that's us.
We're on a stage later in June, aren't we? At MDS.
We are, yes.
We must compare notes about that. But today we're at the University of Northampton Sustainability Summit. I saw you here a year ago. We had some really interesting talks from the likes of the chap from Cranfield just now. What's happened in the last year in sustainability in our sector, in ag and fresh produce? Go on.
The big move has been from the retailers. So in the last year, what we've seen from our clients, from the conversations that we're having, is that the retailers are starting to move on their expectations with regards to sustainability. That is across carbon, water, biodiversity, all of the elements. Various retailers have come out with their policy and commitments, and so therefore that's now been passed down to suppliers and growers and farmers across the industry.
Okay, so that falls in line with what chap from Cranfield University was just saying, that the market is going to drive a lot of these changes. So you're specifically seeing that with UK retailers?
Absolutely. So I think in terms of everybody sat waiting for legislation and regulation to move, when actually it's going to be the market and it's going to be your customers or the banks or your investors that are going to be the ones that actually move first in terms of expectation.
Okay, so I've got this little voice in my ear going, who pays for this?
Well, interestingly, I think for a lot of the things that we're working with our clients with, it's how does it pay for itself? So if the investment is going to cover back and reduce energy costs, it's going to reduce your carbon footprint. If it's going to improve the resilience of your business, it's going to reduce risk for your business. So evaluating that commercial benefit is a key part of how it pays for. I think in terms of how the market is shaping up, it's probably not a deciding factor, but it is probably moving some retail decisions towards who to work with and who not to work with, depending on who's prepared with their plans.
Okay. And we're going to slip straight into an advertorial on the respect of yourself and your colleagues, because there's a lot of businesses that are positively getting forced and want to go down this line, but they don't understand it. So hence why they need to deploy people like yourself to give them that advice.
Yeah. So in effect, what we do as one of our services is workshops with boards of companies to help the whole board understand what the both commercial, legislative, what the lay of the land is, and what the next 10 to 20 years could look like, especially in fresh produce. Another element of what we do is about climate risk assessments. So looking at the 20-year projection for some of our clients who are planting orchards, who are planting crops, then actually they need to start thinking about where they're planting that in the world, and then how that crop's going to perform.
Okay, so let's make up a mythical company that they've got a big board meeting coming up in 3 months' time. What should be on that top of the agenda in respect of this whole bit about carbon sustainability in your eyes? What should they be majoring on in that board meeting?
I mean, I think in the board meeting, what most boards are looking at the moment is the business economically viable in the short term? Because of all the things that have happened economically in the last 5 years, most businesses are focused on that. What I would then say is, the next question is, the businesses should be looking at what environmental impact are they having, and do they fully understand that? The next question is, do they understand what the climate risk is? So what impact the climate change could have on their business over the medium to long term?
Plagiarism or collaboration. There'll be businesses out there who might be a number of years or months ahead. Are you happy to state or nominate some companies that you think have got it right or on track that we could all follow?
I mean, I think it's fair to say that in terms of setting plans out and setting your stall out, then a lot of the PLCs, so the bigger businesses over 500 million, are being transparent about certainly what their commitments are. Some are being more transparent about their achievements, others aren't. And I think when you then get down below 500 million, then we're now in a period where it's a lot of the category captains, so the big suppliers into the retailers are starting to have deeper conversations about this, and then starting to publish impact reports, starting to publish information.
So if you're a smaller to medium-sized company, especially within the likes of fresh produce, if you look at those PLCs, if you lean on your retailers to see what they want, and also engage in conversation with yourself,
completely,
that would assist.
I think that the danger with all of this is all the retailers will have a slightly different slant. So if you've got multiple customers, you'll get a different view on the world. What we try and help to work through on that is what is specific to you as a business. So how can we help you can navigate the actual the next 10 years, let's say, and set out a strategy that works for you.
Richard, thank you. Thank you for doing this for the sector, and that's why we're really keen to publicise, promote you every time we see you, not just for your business, but also for the good of the sector, not being jingoistic. We need experts like you and your colleagues to give us that steer to make sure that these businesses are going to be successful for the future.
Great.
Cheers, Richard. Thank you.